Hey, Julie.
Hey, Julie.
Welcome to Hey, Julie, a podcast about Big Brother. Danielle, I know you have a lot to say. You have a lot to get off your chest. I am just going to let you go.
Let me just say, first of all, Julie, your outfit is hideous and your hair was horrible. I don't know who you let into the wardrobe room this week, but they do not have your best interests at heart. This was a horrible look. This was a knot. Let me just get that off my chest right away. It was a knot.
Yeah,
Anything
it
to
was a
add?
knot. It was a
Okay.
knot. Yeah. What are we doing with the Andy Warhol shirt?
I feel like I'm in an alternate dimension. I think I'm in a different universe. Maybe I was like really sitting alone in my rocking chair this week being like, am I just too old? because after last night, I was just like, I saw people reacting on Twitter and people rejoicing and people thinking like, wow, how exciting. This is a great season. And I'm like, this sucks. This season of Big Brother sucks. These people are lame. This twist was a flop, even if it was used, even if it was live. I don't care. This sucked. It was so boring. It was a waste of a week. How are these people all still in the house? They're all losers. They're all Suri minions. I'd rather just cut Suri the check now. I really feel like Daniel from last season. Remember when he was like alone in the room at
The
the end of one of
Elvis guy? The
yes.
Elvis guy? I thought I saw him, by the way. I thought I saw him in real life like a week or two ago. And I was like, that's the weird like, old guy.
Elvis.
But he was my age. But it wasn't him.
I feel like him. I'm alone in a room going, just end the season already. Like that's what he said. He was like, just put a fork in it. It's over. What is there to why would I keep watching this? Is what I was thinking to myself last night as I was watching the live eviction. I'm very disappointed. Can you tell? I'm very disappointed. Just because I don't know why last night was like such a linchpin for me, but it was that this twist was stupid. I didn't like the people like I did cry when Siri was so moved. I did shed a tear. She was so moved that America voted for her. Also, I was like, how can you not know you're America's favorite house guest? She's going to win America's favorite house guest too. But like, okay, they competed in that little competition, America's favorites, to win the power of invincibility. Matt won it. Suri said use it. Why? Just to flush it out? Just to flush the power? That had to be the only reason. I don't see another reason why. She likes Matt, I guess. So he uses it. He decides to save Jag, even though they unanimously voted to kick Jag out. Blue is crying because she's happy that he's still there. Why did we do this? Why did this happen? I'm just very frustrated.
Danielle, this is going to be a rough episode for you, for me, for us, because this is...
You didn't watch it.
No, I watched all of it. I mean, I don't watch the feeds this week. I've been like, very busy. But this is the biggest hashtag Dani was wrong moment of all time.
What do you mean?
Dani exposed party. I'm taking the opposite side. You complain all the time that
I do.
Yeah, I do. So do I. You complain all the time that Big Brother is like, oh, here's a Twisty McTwisterson, and then they don't use it.
Even using it, there was no point.
And then last night, there's like a twist, and they use it, and someone who everybody pretty much likes stayed. People who we don't like got kicked in the groin. What's wrong? I didn't want Jag to go. I didn't like it.
You know who I'm rooting for? Cameron.
They're doing it. Oh my God. They're doing the Big Brother thing. This show is not... Okay, here's the thing. Danielle, I'll just say this for the record. I'm not Stephen A. Smith. I would agree. Everything you're saying, Danielle, is 100% right. And like,
okay,
thank you. I feel it like in my bones. But also...
Did you enjoy last night?
This show is deeply unserious. And the result of last night... The result of doing the like, oh, actually, never mind, whoopsie week after the fucking return of the pressure cooker after 20 years is a deeply unserious decision. And you know what? They're just doing it. This is so stupid.
It's so
actually have
stupid.
come around to be like, you know what? This is actually good.
I guess I would think that if it was maybe later in the season, but the fact that like there are so many people still left. We're still in pre-jury. I'm like, get it
We're
over
never going to
with.
get to the jury.
When are we gonna get to jury?
Danielle, the show doesn't end for another 2 full months. Like 8 weeks.
I know. That's why
September 1st. It's like November 5th or 6th or something like that.
But what am I a UFO discovered recently by the US Army? Because I was looking at the reactions live on the East Coast when this happened last night, and people were like losing their minds over how exciting this was. I was like, this is not exciting. This is so lame. Like, oh, great. We're saving a tertiary. I couldn't believe JAG won America's vote to participate.
Easily.
Why? How?
There's
Because of
a
the chicken
reason.
suit?
There's a reason they let the voting go till like Tuesday night or whatever, because they want someone who's nominated to win it. Like,
And then he lost it. He's a loser.
they all did pretty well, and I mean, Jag, Corey, and Matt did pretty well.
Yes, Suri is so bad at comps, but she's so brilliant otherwise that it doesn't really matter.
I have a lot of bones to pick. I have a lot of funny things to bring up from the last week.
Okay.
Jag being saved is like, I don't know. I think that's good for the show. Like, Jag is a good.
I'm like,
by the end, I was ready to be like, I was ready to call Jag a loser and a dud. Here's the thing. I wrote in my notes because it's like, okay, Matt wins it. They do all of this work leading up of Matt going to Suri and then planning to use it and all this and that. And I'm like, oh, there's no way they're using it tonight. Because I know one thing for certain. If it's like, who was evicted last week? I don't even know. But like, Hisam. Oh, they're actually going to save Hisam. So much time spent on actually Hisam saved party. And then Hisam goes home unanimously. I was like, they're showing so much of how they're going to save Jag that I know for sure Jag is going to be in Spokane, Washington tomorrow, or wherever the hell he lives.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Jag. Like, I don't think he's like necessarily a good player. Like,
he is so bad.
Everyone on the handful side is like kind of bad.
They're all bad. No, they are all bad except for Suri and Felicia. That's it.
Here's the thing with Suri, who I like a lot, who is very deserving of the $750 she's going to win. She
will be winning, yeah.
A career lifetime achievement award, if you will.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. For all the time she should have won the other show.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But she did win the perpetrators, just so you know.
That's not a show.
She won.
Is that even, was it called The Perpetrators, or was that my bit of making
the Sneakies?
The Sneakers. Why, if you are America, the group of people, the nation,
okay, yes,
the voters, why would you vote for Suri for this? I understand that everyone likes her. I was just like, I like Suri. She's gonna win. Fantastic. Why are we voting her to win an extra power when the power, they told us what the power was? The power of invincibility. She doesn't need it for anyone.
Because like, they aren't, America the country.
Boots.
Boots.
I voted for your boots.
America the country doesn't think like that. They just think, I know her and I like her. I'll vote for her. That's all it is. And let me break it down for you, America, the country. I'm getting real close. But like, I need you to know that that's actually how all of your elections go. All of your votes are, I know that person and I kind of like them. I'm vote for you.
Beginning to have flashbacks to the latter half of the teens.
Yep. And probably it's gonna happen again.
Oh Lord Jesus!
Sorry. I told Brett. I texted him. I'm fatalistic. I'm very fatalistic.
Yeah, you're so upset.
Big Brother brings out the worst in my personality.
So, can we talk? Okay, let's move on. A little bit.
What?
There's plenty. Well, I have so much stupid stuff to bring up today too.
Okay.
To talk about this week, Cameron is not a person who I would want to hang out with once.
I mean, I knew.
What a nut punch this week for him. Also, here's what let me tie this together. I hope what happened last night is a bit of a kick, a little in the bum, a little bit of a boost to everyone to be like, it's okay. You can start playing Big Brother now. There has been a lot of running in circles playing Big Brother. There has been so much talking and alliances and sub-alliances and this and that, but nothing is actually really happening. Like how many weeks in a row? 3 weeks in a row now? Literally every eviction other than Kirsten. Riley. Oh, we actually have the votes to save Riley, but we're not going to do it because we don't want to piss off Heisem. Oh, we actually have the votes to save Heisem, who would be loyal to us, but we're gonna kick off Heisem because we don't want to alert Cameron. We don't want to make Cameron so pissed off. Oh, we actually have all the votes to save Jag, but we don't want to do that because we don't want to piss off Cameron. We don't want to piss off Jared or Blue. Like, this is the third week in a row where like a bunch of nothing has happened and no one has made like a serious move. So I'm hoping that this power realization that like how you guys do stuff, you need to be more aggressive in how you do stuff, actually results in some more aggressive play.
Why would that be the lesson they take from this?
I don't know, because because what Cameron was saying all week was got to get rid of Suri and Izzy. Got to go after Suri and Izzy.
Cameron said that?
No. Yeah, in all of his fucking
DRs. He wants
and all of his DRs. He's like, oh, I'm going after Jag because Jag's, a common house enemy, but I'm really going to go after Suri and Izzy. Because both sides of Legend 25 saying Legend 25 isn't real. It's only like something for this week. Then how about fucking nominating Suri and Izzy? Then doing it like, I don't know, with the damn superpower thing, like it would have resulted in the same thing. Matt would have saved Suri, maybe, but maybe not if Izzy was voted out. Like I don't know about that. So like he was talking all week about like, oh, my actual, I'm actually gonna going after Izzy and that, the other people in Legend 25, but it's not time yet. Okay, now is the fucking time to start doing this.
Can I say one thing about like the episode, Thursday's episode, last night's episode?
Mm-hmm.
So we spent all this time seeing the people get chosen for America's favorites, participating in that competition. Finally, they show someone won, and it was Matt. And they explain the power. And then there's all this back and forth with him and Siri about using it or not. We don't actually get to see the mechanics of him using the power. Why would we not get to see that?
I was confused. I'm like, one of our folks in the Discord asked about this as well. I'm like, oh, so they're not. I was like, just hashtag Brett is justified. Hashtag Brett was right party. Oh, so we're not using it. So Jags. So I was like, oh, I'm right. All of this buildup was for nothing. Like,
yeah.
How does he use it? Julie says in the episode, she's like, they kind of come back and they're about to start the vote. And we're like, all right, we're going to start the vote to them, the audience. We're going to start the vote and we're going to find out if the power is used. And they just vote and everybody votes out Jag. They go to commercial about halfway through the vote. And then they come back and they eventually have the enough. And she goes, all right, again, to the audience. Jag has 7 votes against him. Jag will be going home tonight. And we're like, oh, okay, so the power hasn't been used.
Right.
Like I was thinking, oh, well, when Matt comes into the DR to vote, they're going to ask him, would you like to use your power in case either person goes home tonight? So then we would know. But like he goes, there's a sound. Like, did he know? Like, why is everyone staying in there? The pneumatic tube comes down. Julie's like, all right, can someone read that, please? Like, hey, it's live TV. You're like, what? You're gonna get a pneumatic tube and you're not gonna read it,
right?
Like, and then so it was just again. So just show us this stuff, or at least explain to us. Or at least say to the audience, you'll find out what happens. Like as the person is leaving a house, the sound will go off if it was used. But like,
it's like they treat us like such fucking idiots. every other second of the episode. Every veto episode is like, I walk into the backyard and I see 3 flying balls. Like, and we already see them. Like, we already know it's in the backyard. Everyone says this. Why do they treat us like idiots for every other part
I
of the
love it.
show? And then there's the twist where we actually do need a little explanation. And they're just like, no, just do it. Just have them unanimously. We're going through the whole fucking vote where we have to spend time with all these people going in, voting, shouting out to my dog Sitta, and then unanimously voting him out, and then the power is used. That was so annoying.
I love we have the rolling the ball down the ramp competition, which Big Brother has done a version of every season for 20 years, which Survivor has done multiple ones like every season, seemingly. Every single reality show, they're like, well,
we got the ball.
Let's get the fucking cocktail waiters at Vanderpump rolling the ball down the thing and twisting the thing. Like every reality show does it. Suri comes out, Suri reads the thing. Oh, I have to roll the ball into the chalice of golden dreams or whatever. And then she does it, and then we get the Suri DR. Okay, so I have to roll the ball down. We know what physics are. We know how to roll the ball.
I might not be Dr. Bobby Oppenheimer, but I know how some science works. Okay.
Okay. Bowie Jane.
Bowie Jane
has
successfully evaded the spotlight up until now.
Is it the Bowie Jane portion of the episode?
I hope so. So I really want to make a fan cam of Bowie Jane. If you don't know, a fan cam is like all these clips of a celebrity set to like a sexy song.
Yeah.
And
I love, yeah.
It's like what people do for like K-pop stars. I want to make one for Bowie Jane, but I don't know how to get the footage. But I love her. I love her.
She's so funny.
Why do I like her so much and I didn't like Indy? I feel like I've talked about it because they're both the same
because
type.
Indy was trying.
Right, that's true. Bowie is really in another atmosphere of like unbothered.
Bowie Jane's a Milford man. She's to be neither seen nor heard.
Yeah. We got a comment from the chat from Joy. I keep forgetting Bowie Jane is on this show. Yes. So did Julie, I think. I think we all are forgetting. I love that they gave her the second when she opens the envelope to see if Bowie Jane got voted America's favorite.
I actually was kind of I actually kind of think if I were to rank the people 10 to 1 or however many people are left, how likely it is I think they're gonna get in the comp in the top 4, I actually would have had Bowie towards the top because she's
was so
inoffensive.
I did not think Matt or Jag were going to be in the top 4. I thought it was going to be Suri, Felicia, Corey, and
I thought Jag for sure. I actually didn't think Suri because I was like, oh well, people are not going to vote. Like Suri is as safe as can be, but
people love Suri.
I'm stupid.
Yeah.
There's a great clip on Twitter or whatever on the feeds of everyone in the house like does not like Bowie.
They're all turning against our girl Bowie Jane.
Like she's not even trying.
She is just unaware.
But there's one where they're like, no way she's 40, she's 34. Like they're aware.
They're on to her.
And I think I have a recommendation for Bowie Jane.
Okay.
And it was about how she dresses for the finale, for the live shows.
Okay.
What do you think Bowie Jane's Matrix character name is?
Okay, so I need to think of other Matrix character names. There's like Neo, Trinity,
Morpheus, Tank, Switch, Mouse.
What's the guy who from Sopranos who eats the steak?
Cypher.
Oh my god!
Damn it, Cypher.
Okay,
like this.
I think Bowie Jane's would be like Trixie.
Yeah, it's a good one. Which is all for me to say. She dresses like she's in the fucking Matrix.
Yes.
That's how you know she's Gen X and not millennial. Is that for her, the coolest shit in the world came out in 1998. For me, I was like 11 when The Matrix came out, and I was like, this is the coolest shit in the world, but it's not my aesthetic
Because you're the
because
age
I'm
she's
11
pretending to
still.
be. Yeah.
When she was, my aesthetic is thinking things from 2005 was cool, right?
Yeah.
Because that's when I was 18.
At your
When
peak.
she was 18, The Matrix was super cool.
Yeah.
And she was going to industrial house parties
Yes.
and like wearing black cargo pants and a tag top.
Yeah. I
We
mean,
have a
I think Bowie Jane looks amazing. I think I don't know if I would guess that she was 35, but supposedly I saw this on Twitter that the reason Izzy is doubting and is correctly, because Izzy is like 32. Izzy is like, there's no way you can be 34 and own property in LA. That was what tipped her off about Bowie Jane, which is very insightful.
interesting. This is interesting. I didn't know about that part.
Because they're also like, there's no fucking way she's a DJ.
How is she? How is Bowie Jane anything? Like,
she was a lawyer. She was a barrister in Australia. So she has
okay,
a
so she's
little,
not. Does she make a ton of money and she's like practicing? I don't know if she's practicing law in America because like
No,
all of her
I don't think
pictures, she has
so.
like, the freaking wig on.
Yeah, I don't think she's practicing law in America. Because that's the whole thing. You have to like pass the bar in America.
Yeah, there's different laws.
Yeah. So no, I don't think that's it. I think she made her money in Australia and then was like, oh crikey. And maybe she like won the lottery that you can win to live in America to get like a
The green
visa from
card. Yeah.
Australia. That's a real thing. And then maybe she won that. She moved to LA. She had her money from being a lawyer, bought a nice little bungalow, and decided to chase her dream of being a DJ. And she makes enough as a side hustle to pay the mortgage because it's a low mortgage because she bought in 2014. I don't know.
We have some live reporting here from one of our listeners.
Oh my God.
Chelsea Quinn on Twitter.
Okay.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the
says,
show.
Realized I saw Bowie Jane DJ at a Dodger game on the LGBTQ night earlier this summer. This is not a question. Well, I guess then she follows up. What weirder place would you two want to run into fucking Bowie Jane DJing?
There's only one correct answer for Brett and I. Let's picture Brett and I together running into Bowie Jane.
Yeah.
It could be nowhere else than the West Hollywood Whole Foods, where we
where we saw we're not Tilda Swinton, Hilary Swank,
where we famously run into celebrities. I would love to run into her at Whole Foods. I would love that.
I haven't.
But see, if she's getting gigs, she's working at your favorite stadium, Brett.
It's a stadium. It's a good stadium.
Okay, not your favorite.
But I don't even know what my favorite stadium is. Yeah, sure, Dodger Stadium.
But
I had a great time at Blue Jays Stadium, TD, whatever. Rogers Dome with
the
you,
dome,
Danielle.
The Super Dome.
Different dome.
I think she's working. She's booking. She's making money. She has a dog. I want to see what kind of dog she has. Shouted out her dog sitter when Julie very rudely cut her off. Julie doesn't cut any of them off except for Bowie Jane.
I mean, but the great thing about Bowie is, and maybe I'm like shooting her chances in the foot. She's making it to the end, baby. She's making it to the end.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think. But people are lumping her. People are saying like she's in a trio with Red and Cam, which is such a random trio.
Well, kind of, because nobody talks to her. Everyone's like, hey, do you want to be in this alliance? And she's like, I gotta go return some videotapes. I have to go talk to my dog sitter. I gotta do a bunch of stuff. She like leaves the room. Older person's alliance, I can't be in it because I'm not old. I'm Bowie Jane.
There was also this little clip. It wasn't in the show. I think it was just a clip on Twitter of Suri being like, you know what's so funny, Bowie Jane, is I could be your mother. You're 34, right? Yeah, or 35. Yeah, I could be your mother. I'd be a young mother. And Bowie Jane's like, haha, yeah, so funny.
I know. I saw that one too. I loved it.
Cerise, they're all on to her. They all know she's old. I mean, there really was no point. Once she found out that everyone else in this cast was old, there was really no point in her pretending to be young. Even though I think she looks great. I think
But
she
she
looks
didn't
my
know
age.
that. She didn't know how many 45-year-olds were going to
Right.
be there this season. This is the season of olds. Miss Felicia, Suri, Heisem, like
Heisem.
they're all. I mean, other than Heisem, they're all going to make it to the end.
Red's old. Red's old.
I think he's like 35 too.
Yeah, that's old.
Oh yeah, shit.
What, 30 and up, you're lumped in with the
Yo.
60-year-olds.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So
Wait.
So like, okay,
Wait.
what's up?
There's a couple other things in these episodes we must discuss.
Of course.
Let's go back to America's favorite Suri and her America's not favorite son, Jared. Jared had a performance in the veto competition that I believe will join the rankings of all-time worst, where you had to spell after you like do the Indiana Jones weighing of the stuff, the tokens, whatever those things are. You had to spell out golden, like they give you a jumble of words and you had to spell the word golden. And everyone else got it pretty quickly, but Jared genuinely had to take a knee and stare at the words, the letters. He did gondle, dongle,
delong, longed, angled, elongated.
I mean, it's kind of impressive he did so many words that were not golden. He really found he was pushing the boundaries of words, with those letters. Dongle, hashtag dongle. I had a hot tweet where I said, call me and Brett dongle and gongle from now on.
I love when I don't watch an episode of Big Brother the night it comes out, and I open up our shared Twitter account at HeyJulieBB, and I'm like, there's a bunch of, I'm like, no clue what Dani was talking about, because it's like literally it's like Izzy B, dongle, gondle, ongle, bongle, and I'm like, oh man, the episode last night must have been a heater for Dani was on.
They kept calling her Izzy B, and I'm still not sure. Is it because it's like a busy bee? Is that why they're calling her that? Because her last name is Gleischer. I'm pretty sure her last name is G.
Izzy B. Jordan.
Izzy B. Jordan. So that's just one. So Jared is really bad at comps. He's really bad at comps. Remember this moment when we get into the spoilers.
Jared is all sorts of things.
He's also a bad boyfriend.
Like we have the moment of him telling Blue, like, hey, I'm, maybe there's someone here in the house who I'm related to. Maybe it's Miss Felicia. Maybe it's Serene. Maybe it's someone else. You want us pinky swear on it? No, not really. If you don't believe me, then I don't have to pinky swear with you. I found
this actually
bad vibes.
I thought it was a shocking segment. Because having watched a lot of feeds this week, because I was on vacation, I was like, ooh, I get to watch feeds for hours at a time. There is no indication whatsoever on feeds that Boots/Blue had put together the fact that it was Suri. It seemed like she really bought that it was Felicia, especially on feeds, the way she was like seemingly chatting more with Felicia. So to see the diary room of her saying like, oh, I think it's Suri, or I'm pretty sure it's Suri, I've put it together now. I was like, well, she's a great actress, because she's not doing, and she's also a really bad Big Brother player because she's not doing anything with this information.
Yeah, it's like kind of out, and Jared keeps like just playing Russian roulette with this info, and like to add to the hashtag, hashtag Dani was right. Like, why does nobody seem to care about this?
I know this is a bombshell piece of information, and yet no one. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. Does Boots think she and Jared are going to be like America's sweethearts?
America's sweethearts exist, and they are America's sweethearts. They are America and Corey, who are very high. I believe they're like 1 and 2 on Joker's, daily house guest rankings. People love. I have come around. I love America, the player.
I love America too.
She's sweet. She's smart. I don't necessarily know if they're playing the game very well, or if is.
They're not.
They're not. But I'm like, give these kids a chance.
I want to give these kids
I never got a chance for love.
Yeah.
It's
I
also
want
like so weird. Oh, sorry. What are you saying?
what, the age difference?
No, I mean, how old is she?
She's 27.
I just the vibes difference. She's like beautiful and smart, and he looks like a little tiny accountant man.
I know, but this always happens. I feel like
Oh
he
yeah,
had a line, or it was like, "Oh, it's so rare for like a gorgeous girl to fall in love with a nerd." I'm
yeah.
like, "What? This is such a trope. This happens every season." This
I know.
always
I mean,
happens.
another reason why I'm not gonna go. I would fall in love with someone there's not many options for America.
No,
Jared's taken. Hisam's not there anymore.
he's not
Hisam's
interested.
not interested. Like
Yeah,
you got some jokers in there. Matt is like making fucking shrines to
to
Riley.
Riley, yeah.
There's not
And
many
then
guys available, so he's just like,
Cameron's
oh, I guess this.
interested. Cameron's interested. He said, you ever think about being a mother?" There aren't a lot of options.
When
Jag,
you
I
only
don't
have
think.
one option, you're gonna fall in love. I couldn't do that. I couldn't
I
be
think
embarrassed.
because you're so bored, you just need to flirt. You need to cuddle because you miss human touch,
Yeah.
and then that just like the pheromones rub off, and then you're in love with each other, and we'll see what happens. But I mean, I would say 21. He's 21, right? He's a little pipsqueak. He's 21 and
Yeah.
she's 27. That isn't a big deal age difference once you're an adult. But I think since he's not 25 yet, that's
Yeah,
when
that's
the
not.
age differences really don't matter. I think since he's still 21, it's kind of like a big difference.
I mean, he is the most convincing person in the.
That's true. On planet Earth, he
Yeah.
won most convincing child.
17 times in a row or something like that. I don't
He's
know.
also a jujitsu. Wait, what? There's
What
something.
the fuck?
He's like he's some sort of martial arts expert. He's like in karate classes or something. I don't know. He's in some sort of martial arts. I don't know the difference between any of that stuff.
I'm not interested.
All right.
Okay, kick my ass. Kick my butt.
Yeah.
Boy, you win. Ow.
No, what the number one thing they teach you, in all of those classes is respect. And you don't start fights, you end fights.
Yeah.
Which I actually think is a great lesson.
Yeah.
Anyway, they were looking for condoms. that was also I want to just
That was good.
That was
Yeah, and then Jared's like, I don't know there.
like Felicia looking for the prophylactics this is why
Her
you need
calling
a Felicia.
herself the Perry Mason of condoms was fantastic.
So good. I mean, that's why you need I'm like, they have to be kicking themselves in the ass for taking season after season after season and not casting older house guests, or just having the one and it's Summer of Steve and it gets voted off immediately because everyone's like,
really
you
good.
are a cop. But
all 23 years old. You're a cop. Do you think Miss Felicia was referring to the original Perry Mason or the Matthew Rhys HBO Perry Mason?
Which have you watched? I have not watched.
I watched.
Swipe past it.
You're fine. You're good. Leave it on swipe.
You watch it because you're an American.
First of all, I love Matthew Rhys. Matthew Rhys and Kerry Russell are my parents. They are my parents. And I watched about half of the first season and I was like, this is very slow. Not a lot going on in Perry Mason town. Maybe the original Perry Mason was more exciting than this. I didn't. And then the second season came out. And everyone's like, Perry Mason season 2. This show is legit. This show, everyone was raving about Perry Mason season 2. So I was like, all right, let me finish season 1. And I found my way to the end of season 1. It got a little bit better, but I wasn't totally feeling it. And then I watched like the 2 episodes of Perry Mason season 2, and I'm like, nothing about this show has changed seasons to season, other than it continuing to be incredibly boring. And then they canceled it. So
can I
hashtag Brett was right.
May I ask?
You may.
What's Perry Mason's thing? Like, you know how Columbo's
he's like a private yeah.
Wait 1 minute.
So Perry Mason, the original television show.
Yeah.
You came to Hey Julie for Big Brother takes. You thought you came to Hey Julie for Star Trek takes. This is the Perry Mason show. The original Perry Mason in the 50s or whenever it was, he was a lawyer. It was a lawyer procedural show.
Right. Is he not that now?
Perry Mason,
Why'd
the
they?
HBO show, imagines a world. It's the prequel to Perry Mason, the show from the 80s or 50s or whenever it was. So the first season of Perry Mason, he's just like a little sneaky private eye who eventually has to be, you find out how, if America wanted to know, where did the Millennium Falcon come from? How did they build the island in Lost? What's the origin story of the Ghostbusters? How did Perry Mason become a lawyer? We have those answers. HBO Max provides you those answers. Whatever. It's the origin story of how fucking some guy in the becomes a lawyer or some shit.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so he's not a detective.
Well, he is a detective, and then he's a lawyer at the end of season 1, and in season 2,
he gets his law degree.
He's a lawyer. Yeah,
he's like Bowie Jane in that way.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Like, whatever. There's nothing to. There's nothing.
It's not a stunning stellar endorsement. I don't think I will be watching.
No.
But Felicia was on the case trying to find those condoms. Why were they all missing? Here is the question. Why wouldn't you just take one, Jared? Why do you need to take them all? Don't you want
take a condom, leave a condom?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, put it in a little jar.
That's very optimistic, I would say, of him to take the whole thing.
Like they refill them. If they're out, like they refill them, I guess.
Why don't they refill them?
I don't know. Well, they're also watching. Here's the thing. They're watching everything.
Well,
they're like, no one's having sex. We don't need to refill it yet.
Yeah.
He might have, I don't know.
No, but they did.
That whole thing
Jared and Boots, I think, did do it.
Recently or like before?
I think before this past week they've done it.
Oh, good for them.
I know. I'm not a hater. Good for them, but like,
good for them. Hey, yeah.
But did they need all of the condoms for it? I don't think so, Jared.
No. I need to stay on TV because I don't have anything to say about Big Brother.
Okay. Well, yeah. The last thing I'll say about Big Brother is just I'm really in a bad mood about it. I don't feel good about it. I think it's like the nice version of BB19 when Paul was in the house. Because BB19, if you remember, although they did give us some explosive fights, but it was
and Paul didn't win.
Paul didn't win. That's true. But it's like he convinced everyone to target each other every week. I think we were like, this is the week where finally there's going to be some chaos, some discord. People are finally going to figure it out. Or like, since everyone's going to start aiming their guns at each other, that never happened. It was such a slog. It stunk. So I think this is just the nice non-fighty version of that season.
That's a good call.
And I just don't know if I have it in me to watch that again. I mean, I'm going to keep watching. Who am I kidding? I'm going to keep watching. But like, it's just, I don't see who's going to turn the tides. Like at least in BB19, say what you will about them, but for the purposes of the show, we had Cody and Jessica who were like, this is bad. We want to try to fight against this. But even them, when Jessica got the equivalent of what Matt just got, which was like the halting hex, or whatever, she
people who remember
Ramses.
Things that happened in Big Brother. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Ramses.
Like that's what's going to happen in this season. Like I've seen this season before. I've already seen it. Why would I watch it again with any kind of excitement? So that's how I feel.
Have a nice summer.
Have a nice summer. So that's how I feel right now. Okay. Yes, Brett. Those are my final thoughts. No, well, should we answer any questions or comments?
That was something that's something I wanted to say. Okay. I actually am kind of on the same page with you. I'm not like loving this season. But I'm trying to investigate in myself. Like, am I just like bored with this because I'm now a senior citizen? Like,
or you're not 17. Like, I think it's a lot of young people loving it.
The thing is, with this season is weird. Is like, it's a lot of like empty calories, or it's a lot of like jogging in place. Like, I don't know how to describe it, where it's just like so much fucking happens every day, and they're flipping the plan, and they're changing the plan, and there's a new alliance about this, and nothing happens. And they still just evict the same person who they were gonna evict
Yeah.
6 days ago unanimously. Or like this week, nothing happens at all. Not that I wanted Jag to go home, but like, let's just move the game. So that's, I think, where I'm feeling a bit just hard to latch on to the season. Maybe I have a lot going on in my life. It's late in the summer. This season should be ending already.
Right.
But like, there is much ado about nothing. There's just so much jogging in place that happens for ultimately nothing really to happen each week, and for Sari to just get closer to 750K. Again, we like Sari. Congratulations to her, but like, it's just not really. It's just not a really interesting. It is not what it's building to is not a really interesting result, unless there is some drama around her having to get rid of Jared to protect her own game, which she even said, I would leave the game if that was a situation. She would get herself evicted first because she wants him to succeed, which is a motherly instinct, but who cares? No, I want to see family members stab each other on television.
Exactly. I do want to balance out our pessimism with a couple comments from listeners and friends. So Kojobo in the Discord said, I feel like the twist really brought us back to the live show. They didn't hint at anything during feeds. We have had 3-4 weeks of unanimous vote, and this twist shocked the viewers as well because we had no idea if Matt was going to use it during his vote. It left me shocked and surprised from the actual show. Finally. Yeah, I will say I get that being why people were excited of like, we really had no clue that this was going to get used. That's true. I just think the aftermath of it being used is essentially a net zero, like, or even a minus.
Yeah.
Then we had from BB fan 77. I tweeted, can someone explain why what just happened was a good thing? Because everyone was all excited. And BB fan said, it wasn't good for Matt, but it was good for all the Jag fans. Can I just ask our listeners, is there there must be a really big contingent of Jag fans. I have nothing against Jag. I think he's perfectly nice. But I don't understand how perfectly nice and like fine has amassed such a huge, like, at least Boots gives us like sassy in the diary room. Jag really gives me nothing. He gives me nothing.
He has.
And what about Izzy?
Oh my God, yeah.
Izzy's the true star of this season. What about her?
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess if it were up to like the real online BB heads, it would just be Izzy and Bowie Jane. Like, people like, we want to see chaos and craziness. Bowie Jane would be up because a lot of people have identified Bowie Jane as being like possibly some sort of like industry plant or like ghost of some sort. Like, just like something about her doesn't add up, which is deeply hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. I want to from Being Loud. What just happened, the vote cancellation. It's good because Cam is a tremendous loser and canceling his HOH is totally acceptable. And now we can move on with the game. I disagree with that though. We couldn't move on. We went back a week. Spicy Marco BB said, watch Cameron win again. And this whole week was a waste of time. Exactly. And then Margot Roby, I'm going to pronounce it Roby because that's how the real Margot Roby pronounces it. She says, I can't believe... This
isn't the real Margot Robbie?
She's got an America, or they have a America profile picture. I can't believe y'all haven't addressed the fact that Matt called Julia. Time to change the podcast name?
So it was really funny. He mentioned that on feeds last night. He was like, I absolutely called her Julia. He was like so embarrassed and stuff. Like, I don't know. I
that's what Julie deserves.
First of all, 100% that is what Julie deserves. Like, you could see in his face the moment he said it. He's like, hi, Julia. And he's like, his face. I mean, obviously, like, speech is an issue for him. He probably can't hear the words that are coming out of his mouth. And like, he's mentioned before, he's like been in speech therapy and all this stuff his entire life. So he doesn't really have to teach sign language to every single person he meets. He can lip read and stuff. So I don't know. It's funny. Hell, on YouTube right now, my little subtitle is Julia Gulia. Like it's funny, but I don't want to like make fun of him that much because it's obviously
No.
like
I more love it just because I feel like it takes Julie down a peg. And that's what she needs. Love and light, love and light. Love one another. Thank you for all your questions and comments. Brett, you mentioned that you had so much more to talk about other than Big Brother this week. And I'm dying to know.
I'm keeping it on CBS though.
Okay.
We are in the throes of just like CBS promo season. I need to talk about buddy games.
Oh my gosh. Brett, why aren't we on buddy games?
We're not buddies. We're not buddies.
Should have been cast.
I know. The podcasters team. Yeah. The lumberjacks team. The Dungeons and Dragons team. Josh Duhamel.
Yes.
Josh Duhamel. Okay, I know there's a strike going on.
Yeah.
What went wrong with Josh Duhamel where Timmy Oliphant he's got Justify the reboot. He's on everything. He's in full circle.
Oh my God. He is.
What happened where Timmy Oliphant is like prestige darling and Josh Duhamel is like playing tic-tac-toe in the mud? What happened, Danielle?
I have one word for you. Fergie.
I know. Did he date Fergie?
He was married to Fergie.
He dated her seriously. He put a ring on it.
I think, yeah, exactly. I think they were married. They might even have kids together. And I think they divorced. And I think she probably was able to have an effect on his career where she boosted him up. I think it's more that when they were married, she probably boosted him up. Because, Fergie's a big star. I think she was able to get him in the room, get him meetings, network with him. And then when she went away, I think they were all like, well, why do we need Josh Duhamel when we have Timothy Oliphant? I think that when he doesn't have her in his corner fighting for him, that's what I think it went wrong for him. So now he's doing buddy games on CBS.
Yeah, interesting.
That you shouldn't take for granted when you got a strong, beautiful woman like Fergie in your corner singing the national anthem. You don't take that for granted.
Will I am. Hey, Will, come over. We're having a dinner party. The other two guys. What's up? Thank you for the blender for our marriage. For our wedding day.
So I didn't realize buddy games is like the buddies in buddy games, I think are like lifelong camp friends.
Oh, I thought they were, I don't know. I thought they were like groups of people tied together. Like they were tied together by like being friends or like having the same hobby or having the same job, like the truck drivers and the
well, yeah, but whatever. I think it's that they also went to camp together when they were young.
That's very East Coast centric. That's an East Coast bias right there. We don't go to sleepaway camp on the West Coast.
Really? What the hell did you do all summer?
Oh, we go to camp, but you just go for the day.
No, keep your ass there. Don't come back home.
No. I did that one year.
Yeah.
Oh, we did that one. My parents are like, "You're going. You're going to like," and it sucked. I hate it. I got really sick. The counselors were mean. I had a horrible time.
Was it a themed camp at all? Or was just
it was themed.
What was the theme?
Fucking being Jewish. It was awful. Awful theme. We had to fucking pray. We had to pray. We had to do Shabbat. It sucked.
I'm surprised people were mean though. That stinks. I don't know. The
counselors were mean. I mean, the other kids were all right. It was just like a horrible experience.
I'm so sorry.
And my parents were like, best years of my life.
No. Your parents should be on buddy games.
No, like I really liked the day camp I went to in the summer. You get on a bus, you go on water slides and pools all day, and then you go back home at night.
Yeah, sure. But sometimes your parents need a freaking break. They want your ass gone.
Yeah, I was a fucking delight. Delight. Was Delight the predecessor to Black Eyed Peas? This is the Black Eyed Peas pod.
What is Delight?
Grooves in the heart.
Oh yeah, maybe. I love that song. Great
Just because
song.
there's like one beautiful woman and like a bunch of guys with fucking hats on who are like,
Yeah,
we're also here.
I mean, that's just so many bands, though. That
You're
is
so
so many.
2000 and late. Yeah.
Wait, before we go completely off the rails, I do want to mention a couple spoilers.
Okay.
Big Brother. Back to Big Brother.
I have more CBS stuff.
Okay.
I have one more CBS.
And I do want to get into that. I care more about that than this, but I do want to make sure we mention it. Jared won HOH.
He sure as hell did.
Justice for Dongle.
Well, that was the competition, was spelled gondol. So everyone's like, that's not a word. And Jared's like, boy, is it. I have multiple spellings of gondol in the can. Gondel. Gondle.
He won. This makes me bitter because I wanted him to like go to the end a total loser, but he won this. And I guess he won because it was a knockout competition. This is what I'm seeing online. It was a knockout competition. Everyone kept picking Izzy, and then it was no one picked him. So he just made it to the end by like omission. And then it was him versus Izzy, and she got it wrong. So he won. So it's not like he
everyone's
actively
going after Izzy.
Pardon?
Is everyone going after Izzy? Like, I understand Cam and Red are, but interesting.
That's what it sounds like. I know. Maybe I'll watch that episode. But so he is.
Oh, maybe you'll watch Sunday night.
Maybe for our Big Brother podcast. So he is the HOH, and then nominees are Cameron and Red.
They're gonna be, yeah. Is that official? Did that happen?
It's a fish.
And so here's the other thing that I think they're gonna go after Cameron this week. And then the other thing I was reading was that if someone gets taken down, I think most people are on board to keep this, but the person they're actually afraid of using the veto this week, other than Cam and Red, is Bowie Jane. Fucking Bowie Jane.
I hope she does win the veto.
Because everyone's like, we have no idea what the hell she thinks about anything. And she kind of is friends with Cameron and Red because she is not friends with anybody else.
She has no one else to talk to.
The replacement nominee and potential second target is our girl, the namesake of this country, America. America is a little side target coming for the other showmans.
I mean, I don't see how any week of this show can be satisfying going forward. I just don't. Like, what are people rooting for? I don't get it when it's a steamroll. Like, I'm fine with Suri winning, but it's like, it's not like I'm actively going to be like, yay, because I mean, obvious. It's just kind of obvious. Like, she doesn't need me to root for her.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like,
or even if it is Jared, it's like, oh, great, your mom dragged you to the end. Cool.
I need to see people blow up at each other. It's just like sucks.
I know, but I don't think they're going to
blow up at Bowie Jane if she's so damn annoying.
Poor Bowie Jane. Poor 35-year-old Bowie Jane. All right, what else on CBS? Tell me more.
I need to talk about the pressure cooker comp, but with a specific CBS angle on it.
Okay.
Few things about it. I'll admit when I was wrong. # Brett was wrong. They did release flies during it. That, remember, America was like, they released mosquitoes. And I was like, they didn't release shit.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? And they released flies during it. And they're like, oh, it's a callback to the last time we did. We released flies. So they did. # Brett was wrong. Secondly, more importantly, Red wins a Paramount Plus subscription. But I love this. I am really good at, and I love listening for when there is ADR or some sort of vocal replacement in anything. You can tell this. It cuts away from the person who is speaking. You cannot see their voice because they've re-recorded the line of dialogue. And this blatantly happened during that part because it was like, hey, Red, you won the whatever thing. And then this is the video of Kaser. And they're cutting away from the video of Kaser to a reaction of other people watching it. And it's like, hey, Kaser, you won the, or no, hey, Red, you won the TV and thing. with a year-long subscription to Paramount Plus with Showtime. And just like the quality of the audio like changed completely because like he must have said something different because he didn't say like Paramount Plus with Showtime,
Yeah.
which is probably like some lawyer's like official version of the name of the product.
Right.
I love that. I love that. What are you watching on Paramount Plus with Showtime, Danielle?
I mean, I'm gonna watch more Evil. I love Evil on Paramount Plus. I was just gonna say, didn't you love that? Like everyone was laughing at how Kesar came in for his one little video, and then it ends up he had to do a whole bunch of. This was a 2-day shoot for Kesar.
Yeah, that's why he was looking away at the end. He was like, "I'm done, right?"
Because they didn't pay him.
Grodner texted me. Grodner's like, "Oh, come in for 5 minutes." And it's like he's there for 4 hours.
And then he had to do ADR.
Yeah. Oh yeah, can you drive back up to LA? You said Paramount Plus, not Paramount Plus with Showtime.
And he was like, "Can I just record it into my voice memo?" And they said no.
You have to record it into a really good mic so it sounds completely fucking different than how you recorded it the first time.
Oh, we love it. We love it.
Questions in the Discord.
Oh,
from Bizkey. This trend is probably dead and chuggy, but what are the official girl dinners of Brett and Danielle?
Such a good question.
It's late. It's evening for me here. I'm about to have a girl dinner myself. So,
well, my girl dinner is very basic, but it is something I love, which is I just love cereal. I'm kind of like Jerry Seinfeld, where I just have to have multiple cereals on hand at all times. So I love. We've already discussed peanut butter puffins. I'll have a peanut butter puffins dinner, or I'll have like granola, or I'll have like shreddies. Do you have shreddies?
Nope.
You don't have shreddies in the States?
No.
I love shreddies. Shredded wheat. I love Raisin Bran. I love cereal, so I'll just have cereal with some fruit and a little whole milk, and that is my dinner. That's all I need. Then I go to bed happy.
That's cool. Cereal is good, but like I don't need that much milk. And like it's hard to keep. I don't drink that much milk. I'm
not drinking it. I'm letting it soak into the cereal.
You're drinking it. Like you're drinking it.
I'm eating it.
Yeah. I can't keep that much milk around. Like it's just not gonna. It's gonna go bad.
You don't make a latte? I make lattes.
I make a cup of coffee. I make 1 cup of coffee in the morning, sometimes 2, and like just a little splash of milk. But also, if I'm drinking it black, that's fine with me. Like I just don't drink that much. I don't have that much milk, and I'm not buying a half gallon of milk for all the cereal because then like a few days are gonna go by where I'm not in the mood for cereal, and then I'll have a bunch of stinky milk on my hands.
Chunky milk, yeah, you don't want that. All right, so what are you eating?
I love a girl dinner of just like a bunch of frozen shit that's in your freezer, like 4 pot stickers. Sure,
yum,
yeah, like. I don't know, like there's a couple frozen chicken fingers in there for sure. Let's go. But that's all one meal. It's
you put it all on one tray, put it in the oven at 450, and whatever happens, happens.
Whatever happens, happens. Yeah.
And you got a couple sauces to dip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like
a veggie lasagna.
A bunch of frozen shit that has not been touched. Just throw it all in there.
Yeah, you clean out the freezer. Do you have a full freezer?
Not right now. I desperately need to go shopping, so I don't have that much food in either. My fridge is truly like bachelor pilled right now.
So what are you gonna eat tonight? Yeah, it's dinner time.
I'll figure it out. I don't know.
What's your girl?
I'll make some pasta.
Pasta with red sauce. Yeah. That's what red sauce.
I mean, that's literally all I have. I got either that or like a can of soup right now because I literally do not have. I need to go to the supermarket. I'm going away this weekend. I'm going away the following weekend. I'm trying not to maintain gallons of milk. in my house.
I
You
don't
know,
even need to maintain it. It just
gallons.
we get rid of that milk. We go through that milk like you wouldn't believe.
You have a baby in the house.
Yeah, she's
Babies
sucking that
love
stuff
milk.
down. Thank you all so much for your questions and comments. We love them. They were all great. And if you ever have more questions and comments, you can send them to Hey Julie BB on Twitter. We didn't get any emails this week. What the heck happened, Colin? Hey
Did we?
Julie. What?
Yeah, did we not?
We didn't. Hey Julie, bigbrother@gmail.com. If you want to send us an email, which we did get recently, but not this week. And then you can always join our Discord. We'll have the link up. We're still getting new people joining, and it's really fun and cool, even though we're very salty about this season.
Everything. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
and everything. Thank you so much for listening.
This was fun. All right. We love it.
Bye, Julie.
Bye, Julia.